All right, everybody sees recording in progress, so we're gonna get started. So as I said, Nikki, we're gonna ask some fun questions first, right?
Already.
So first of all, what is your favorite food?
To be honest, I like a lot of stuff. I like codfish and potato. I like pasta. I like sushi. I like a lot of different stuff.
Okay.
I can't really say one.
So you like a lot. I like food. How many of your children love food? We love food. So I'm thinking we're all on the same boat with you on that one. Okay, what is your, now someone wants to know, what is your favorite color?
I would say red and black.
Is there any specific reason?
Red, it like stands out to me a lot, and black, it's just more so plain. Like I'm very like plain sometimes. Like I just like to be like low key. So
I got you. And who is that person that's next to you right there?
this is my daughter River. Say hi, River.
Hi, hi, you are beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi, River. Okay, so this is one question that all of the children like me to ask. So if you could be any superhero, who would you be and why?
Any superhero? I'm thinking. I'll probably be Batman.
Yeah,
Batman.
All
Yeah.
right. So if you had to choose between DC or Marvel, which one?
But that's crazy. I like Marvel better.
Oh,
Yeah, I like Marvel. For me, like Marvel, I like how like all the stories connect.
okay.
Makes me like research the stories and find the backgrounds and how they fit into the story and stuff.
So it ends up being a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So listen, Amaya Haynes said, I strongly disagree.
Really? Being Marvel fan?
She said, I strongly disagree.
I like Marvel.
Oh, hold on a second. She said, oh no, I meant to write agree. Sorry, agree.
Yeah. But yeah,
so, okay, Amaya.
Like with Marvel, like I find like it's very interesting how all these stories connect.
Okay.
So
I like that. I like that. So one more kind of fun question. What school did you attend?
I went Purvis Primary. I went to Spice Valley, and then I went Educational Center.
Okay. So I'm going to get into some, well, I want to ask one more fun question. What is your favorite TV show?
TV show? Well, growing up, I would say Fresh Prince.
Okay.
But then like recently I've been like watching Netflix, and I like shows like that's about like building houses and stuff, like renovating houses and stuff. I don't know why, it's just something fun to watch.
So some of the children are agreeing with you. So
Yeah.
one child has asked, were you good at any other sport growing up?
Yeah, football. Yeah, definitely football.
Okay. Football. So you was a football star too?
Yeah, I was up until what?
Mama.
M1. I got in a lot of trouble, and then they didn't let me play for a little while. So that kind of hurt. I ain't gonna lie, that hurt me a lot, because I was supposed to play in the all-star game, and I was picked to be forward, and wasn't able to play because of my behavior. That hurt a lot. I remember that. Yeah, perfectly. I remember.
You know what? So I'm going to tie this in. So I was watching your story. I've watched your story a lot. I've seen you when you first started out, and somebody else wrote same. So apparently somebody's been through that to where they weren't able to participate in stuff and got pulled. Amaya, was that you? Oh my goodness. They're saying they actually can relate to that story that you just told. But I know, like, growing up, you had a lot of stuff that happened, especially when you were younger, that kind of influenced you. And even, it might have made you turn one path, but then it made you into the man that you are today. So I don't know if you want to tell us a little bit about your family situation growing up. I got to watch a little bit earlier, and it was some things that I just didn't know. So I don't know if you want to share a little bit now.
Yeah, so my parents passed away when I was like 5 and 7. My dad passed away when I was 5, and my mom passed away when I was about 7. So, being a young kid, you don't really know what's going on. I'm changing homes. Like my granny, she raised me. My godparents raised me, and my cousins raised me for a bit. And then, going from home to home, it was kind of, difficult as a child. Like, and it kind of spewed into, my behavior in school and stuff.
So what type of behavior did you display in school? Like what type of things were you doing? Because I mean, I know we have some children that can relate, and it's definitely difficult as a child to go through certain things. So what was some of the behavior that you actually displayed?
I think it was like, looking for attention.
Mhm.
Um, Definitely getting into fights. I was a small kid too. I was tiny. So, I guess, my attitude was like nobody cares about me.
Wow.
It was more so like, I was always in like a defensive mood. So,
Wow.
mhm.
So that must have been a really hard period for you as well. You know what I mean?
Right. I
Um,
mean, on top of that, outside of school too, looking for love elsewhere, like in the street and stuff. So,
one of our children said, "That's sad. I can definitely see and understand." So yeah, no, and most people can relate to stuff like this. Going through stuff like that at an early age. Now I know it ended up being where you end up getting in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean with that. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that. Just touch on some points with that.
yeah. So like in middle school, that's when the problems start to get worse and worse because I didn't really have no like male figure in my life.
Yeah.
So I was, like I said, looking for attention in wrong places and
Hmm.
class clown, you know, little silly things, and then just making stupid choices, you know.
Yeah.
And I paid for a lot of the choices. I missed out on a lot of things. Like I never graduated from middle school. I never went to no prom or nothing. So, but those are the consequences. You have to,
Wow.
you know. Um, it made me into a better person over the years because you learn from your decisions, like, and you see what can happen if you make your wrong decisions. So when I was about like 16, I started seeing like if I don't make the right decisions, I'm gonna be, you know, left out of a lot of stuff. I'm gonna miss out on a lot of things. So that's when I started to, change my whole mindset and my behavior. Thanks to boxing and thanks to like the teachers at the educational center, like Miss World Stowe, Mr. Bull, Mr. Harris. They took us away to Cuba, and I got to see, outside of Bermuda, and kids going through, things like I was going through, orphans and stuff. And I saw the smiles on their faces and how they appreciated life.
Yeah.
So for me, it was, it was an eye-opening experience, and I took that trip, to heart, and I came back with like a totally different mindset. I focused on, the positive things, and just started to set my mind on what I need to do. And I was get my GED and, save money, stuff like that, boxing, put my energy into that. And, before I know it, I saw us progressing in life, just things were happening for me. And my teacher always used to tell me, you do good, good things are gonna start happening. You keep doing bad things, bad things are gonna start happening. So as simple as it sounds, it's true. You got what you put in. So
Wow. So someone asked, did you lose friends?
um no, I would say that I lost friends that I thought were my friends. But my
Yeah.
real friends, my true friends, they're still around to this day. It's funny how like, the world goes full circle. Like I was on my path and I was going through what I was going through, my ups and downs. And, my friends were still my friends, but they was going on into their path. But as we got older, we just connected back. And I made, new friends on the way as well.
Wow. So the one question, one child is saying same thing happened to me. And then someone is asking me, um, when did you start boxing? Because I heard you mention about Cuba and I heard you mention about, you started to do boxing, but have you always known that you were gonna box? Or is that was something that you'd always done? Or is it something that you one day it was like you saw somebody boxing and you just jumped in?
Well, it's kind of crazy. Like when I say like I've been fighting my whole life, like I've been just always getting into scraps from when I was a kid. Because like I said, I was a small kid, and guys used to test me all the time, and I never like backed on. So I won't say that I wanted to box, but it came naturally because hanging out in the neighborhood, we guys used to box all the time, and I took any challenge, and everybody saw that I was like good at it. And what happened was one of my friends, dad, he used to come through Ordred and see us box, and then he's like, "Yeah, you guys want to train? Come police gym or whatnot." And then I was like, "All right, cool." So all of us went. He picked us up one day in the evening, and we all went. We was all sitting in the back of the truck. I remember it was a lot of us, and I stuck to it. I just kept going. I enjoyed it.
One
I love.
child said, how did people look at you when you said you wanted to do boxing and take it seriously?
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, mixed reactions. Like some people were like happy for me, and some people started to, yeah, whatever, you ain't serious. Um, or once they saw I was serious and I was focused, they started to respect it, and then yeah, I just stuck to it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the challenge. I remember when I thought I was fit, and we used to go on runs and stuff, and I didn't do so well, and I was huffing and puffing because I done a pack. I was smoking weed and stuff, and
Wow.
what happened was I said, you know what, I'm done smoking. I'm a train. I done my extras because I didn't like to lose. That's another thing. I'm very competitive, so so I said, you know what, I'm going home after school, do my studying for my GED, and then I'm going for a run through the tracks. And then I just used to do that, and I used to practice my skipping, practice my shadow
Wow.
boxing in my backyard. And even when I came to tech like days, we also had a teacher. He was like a seafood instructor, and he used to let us go on runs and stuff. And we used to hit a heavy bag and stuff. So I was practicing like in school. I was practicing after school. I was practicing at the gym. So it was just like building them, always putting the time in, and
Oh,
yeah.
wow. And so someone's asking, how long did it take for you to become professional? And actually, how did you become professional? Because it's like, obviously you didn't wake up and just become professional because you were doing the skipping and the running. It was a period of time. So like someone's asking, how long did it take? And my question is like, how did you get there?
So I started boxing in 2014. So I was about 14, 15. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So from there, I had to build up an amateur racket to get the experience. And what happened was I used to fight like in America. I fought in like Trinidad. I fought in Puerto Rico. I'm fought, yeah, pretty much in America as well, like different states and stuff. And once I met Mr. Rigo, and he was taking me to the States, he was kept telling me, look, we're gonna just keep building up our amateur career. And then when it's time to go pro, I'll let you know. Like, so my last fight was at a golden gloves. I didn't win the fight, but I done real good. And it was like after that, it was 2013. After that, came back Bermuda and we just trained. And I said, look, I want to go pro. And he's like, yeah, you're ready to go pro? Well, let's do it. So
Wow.
turned over in 2014, had my first fight, February, was it 28, something like that?
Right.
2014. So yeah, I turned pro then. I won my first fight. My first fight was in the States. So, yeah.
And what about with your journey back to Bermuda and some of these big fights that you've been a part of, and like how, like, what about that journey to coming back here and then being able to fight internationally?
Yeah, so pretty much like when I turned pro, Teresa Perazzi, she was kind of getting ready to retire. And you know, boxing wasn't really doing so well. So, you know, a goal of mine was to bring it back. And in order to do that, you know, I had to, you know, take the risk and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm very proud to see like where is that now, like, because there's a lot of kids that are interested in boxing. One of my stable mates, Andre, he's doing really well. He used to come with me to Florida and, you know, watch me train and train with me, and now it's becoming his own. So, you know, that was always a goal. So, you know, the fight her is for me is big and it's special for me because it's inspiring the next generation. I can't do it forever.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, so I just wanted to be like, you know, a role model as far as like, you know, showing people that it could be done.
Did you ever get discouraged at any period of when you were trying to make it?
I would say yes, twice. I've been discouraged. I would say the long layoffs sometimes could be challenging
Right.
because, you know, from Bermuda. But also when I took a loss as well, um, that was a very hard part because, you know, taking a loss, you know, the way I took a loss, you know, being knocked out, it was a lot going on. And my coach passed away, and
Yeah, I
everything was
remember.
happening so fast. So, you know, I was like, do I really want to do this anymore? But, you know, I got a good support system. You know, my girl, she supports me a lot. My other coaches, and they was telling me, you know, keep going. Even like people in the community was saying, look, man, you know, you should keep going. Like we go be proud of you, like, you know. So, and
I
he,
think
you know, when his last days, like, you know, he told me, he was like, you know, Nick, I want you to keep going as well. So that played a lot. And he also wanted me to, you know, teach as well. That was one of his wishes. He told me before he passed away. So
one of the questions someone did ask was if they mentioned that you did not have any male role models when you were younger. And they were asking, who would you say has made an impact on your life and why? And from what I'm hearing from you,
Mr. Regos, for sure.
wow.
I have a few other, you know, role models, but I'll say the biggest one is Mr. Rigo, for sure.
So I have two more questions and then I'm going to open it up to the children.
Okay.
So one question is, how do you handle when a fight doesn't go the way that you want it to go?
For me, I adapt. You know, sometimes you train for different scenarios. So, my strong point is boxing, meaning, you know, I could move, I could fight off the jab, make a miss, you know, move around. That's my strong point. When it gets in the clinches and brawling, you know, that's not really my strength, but I can adapt to it and I could bite down and, you know what I'm saying, throw back. So I would say making the adaptations as you fight goes, listen to your corner,
Wow.
and just having that will and desire to win, like you train to win. So when I'm running and stuff, I'm pushing myself, and when I'm fighting, I know I could do the runs. I know I'm fit, so I just have that belief in me, and I just push.
And also for training, I heard you talking about skipping. I heard you talk about running and eating. Like how often do you train and to keep, keep going?
So for a fight, my training routine is different from when I don't have a fight. So like for my fights, like it could be very intense. I'm training twice a day, at least five days a week, and then one day a week. I mean, 5 days a week I'm training twice a day, and then the sixth day I'll train once in the morning.
Okay.
So I'm training 6 days a week. I only really got one rest day. So my mornings, I try to like break up my endurance work. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do my long endurance runs and stuff. So that's like 5 miles and up.
Wow.
And then that includes afterwards shadow boxing, and then all my sit-ups and push-ups and stuff. I rest. I get breakfast. Go over like different boxing videos and watch fights and stuff, and then head back for the gym around 4 or 5. And depending on the day, some days I'm got sparring. So Tuesdays and Thursdays is sparring days, and then like the Mondays, Wednesdays.
What's sparring? I'm sorry.
Sparring is just basically reenactment of the fight, pretty much preparing you for when you fight. That's when you got the hair gear on and the bigger gloves. So you're putting in your rounds. So those days like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the other days Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays work on like strategy and hitting heavy big and pads and up and down ball, speed big, slip rope.
It's a lot.
Yeah, boxing is one of those sports where you have to cover every angle. Like you gotta work on your speed, you gotta work on your fitness, your strength, your agility, your endurance. There's a lot of things you gotta work on. And then you still gotta do it after you spar, like the next day when you're all sore.
Well, this is what I was gonna ask you. When you're sore. Okay. So when you box, you're actually getting hit.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand, and I'm sure a lot of kids want to know, like, I mean, like, aren't you in pain when somebody, does and they aim at you? Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you get some days where you might get hit pretty hard or rock, but the fitness helps you to recover quick. That's why it's so important, for you to be in good shape to be able to recover. So, there's days when if you do get rocked, you kind of, he got me. And, tune in, and you're like, I don't gonna make that mistake again, or work on a different approach. But for the most part, you get used to it. I've been doing it for so long.
See, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, you got me. I'm going to cry and run off. I'm sorry. That would be a bit much for me.
Yeah.
But I always wondered, but I get, and yeah. So one of the children is asked, they've direct messaged me, who is the best boxer in your opinion?
Well, me growing up, my idol was Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh.
Because at that time, that's when I started boxing. He was, the main attraction for fighters coming up. He was like the guy. So I always thought he was the greatest. And because that's who I looked up to when I was a kid.
Right. Wow. So listen, I'm going to open up the mics. Well, I'm not going to open up the mics. I'm going to open up to where you can put up your hand if you have a question, because it's so many direct messages to me right now that I can't ask all these questions myself. And because they're not just putting them in the everyone chat, they're actually direct messaging me, and it's a little bit much. So if you want to ask a question, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand. I can try to go through your questions, but it's a bit much. So if you want to ask a direct question, I see Elijah. Elijah has his hand up to ask a question. And unmute Elijah.
Yes, I do.
I got him. Okay, Elijah, I'm going to ask you to unmute. and then you can unmute yourself, okay?
Okay. Good afternoon. Nikki Bascome, do you remember somebody named Mr. William Euler?
Mr. Euler?
Yeah,
Yeah. He was my teacher in Paris.
he's my teacher right now.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Euler was my PE teacher, and I was in his class, P5.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
I hope you're being good in that class. I don't know if that's Elijah or Max. Is that Max? Okay, so I see that we have Damari. Damari, you want to ask a question? Okay, hold on one second, Damari. I have to find them in order to unmute them, so I'm sorry. Takes me a little longer. So you're gonna see where it says ask to unmute. You have to give me permission. You see it? There you go. Go ahead, Damari.
Why did you start boxing at all? And who was the best person that you thought was going to be the best for training?
Why I started boxing? Well, first, I was boxing in the street, and I got picked up to go to the gym, and I saw it was a challenge for me, and I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed the challenge, and then on top of that, it gave me a lot of discipline in my life, like outside of boxing. It just molded me, and I used it to help better me in my life. So, and what was the second part of the question?
Who was the best for training and why did you pick them?
Best trainer? I would say Mr. Riga. We had a real good connection, good chemistry. And he was like my father, so I could talk to him about anything. He showed me a lot of things, and just the experience and the wisdom that he shared with me, I still use to this day. So I can't hear you. Yeah.
Sorry, I muted myself.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, so I see I have another question. Now, Kayla, if you want me to unmute you, you have to put on your camera, sweetie. Kayla, are you able to put, there we go. So you're gonna hit the unmute, okay? I just hit unmute for you. Go ahead. We can't hear you. You gotta speak louder, sweetie, or come close to your mic.
What shoe brand do you like?
I still can't really hear you, sweetie.
Oh. What shoe brand did you like?
Oh, what shoe brand does he like? What shoe brand do you like? Oh, you might get hit on this one. Watch it. Be careful, Nikki. Be careful.
Oh,
That's
man.
a trick question with these children. That's a trick one.
It's hard. I like a lot, to be honest. I like Nike. I like Puma. I like Asics. It all depends.
You're being
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard question.
I see
I'll say
Zayden giving you the
Nike.
thumbs up.
Nike for my first pick, but then I also like Asics, Puma. It all depends on the type of shoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you answered that very well. All right, so I'm gonna go to Mason. Mason, I'm unmuting you now, sweetie.
I wanted to know, who was your hardest opponent and have you ever got severely hurt where you couldn't box for a long time?
Wow.
My hardest opponent?
Wow.
I would say myself, to be honest. And that's real as I could get. When I'm focused, I feel like I'm unbeatable. I've had times where I wasn't focused and I lost. And second part of your question, yeah, when I got knocked out, it took me a little while to get back. But I took time off too, and then I didn't fight until like 2018. So I got knocked out like late 2017, took some time off, but then I went straight back into training and then start sparring again. That was the hardest part. After getting knocked out, getting back into sparring, because you're kind of timid at first and you're thinking about when you got knocked out. But, after a while, like with belief and, training and just digging down, you just get through it.
Wow. One of our girls inbox, actually, she put it to everyone. She said, would you recommend this sport for girls?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, and my stepson, they like the hill combat sport thing. But for me personally, I don't want her to compete ever. I've been through a lot. Like boxing is no joke. I've been through a lot of.
That's a daddy speaking now. That's you as a daddy speaking now.
Yeah, but if you want to do it, I would say go in full. Like, don't take it halfway because you could seriously get hurt.
Yeah, understood. Okay, I'm gonna go to Madden. Madden, I'm muting you, Madden. So you gotta hit unmute. There you go.
What is your best boxing move?
Ooh.
My jab.
Okay, you want to demonstrate?
I'm holding it, but it's yeah, boom, like just straight, boom, right in the, yeah, just a straight jab. I got one of the best jabs. My coach used to always tell me, he said you got the best jab in the business. He used to always say that, and I believe it's my best punch as well. I got a good jab.
Nice. Hold on.
I could double it up. I could triple it up. I could jab to the body, jab to the head. I could hook off the jab. So yeah, I say my jab.
And I see you smiling when you're talking about that jab.
Because even like when I'm teaching, I have my people jab all the time. Jab, everything, because the jab is the most important punch. It sets up your combinations.
Okay, I'm gonna learn.
Yeah. Yeah, you could win a fight with just a jab.
Okay, I'm got Zanaye. So let me unmute Zanaye. Or is it Zanaj? I can't tell if Zanaye is or Zanaj. So is it Zanaj or Zanaye? Pardon?
Zaylan.
Oh, it's Zaylon. Hey, I'm sorry. Look, I thought it was your brother or your sister. Hi, Zaylon. You can ask your question.
Did you ever watch WWE?
Yes.
Who was your best pick in WWE?
My wrestler.
Yeah, mine was Braun Strowman.
Say that again.
It
doesn't matter. You don't know who that was. That's The Rock. You know who The Rock is? If you smell, that was my guy. No, but he used to always say that. He used to always say that. But yeah, The Rock. And I'm sorry, who was yours?
Braun Strowman.
I don't know who that is.
I know. I'm trying to figure that out.
The latest wrestler I could think of is John Cena. That's when I got out of it. But obviously, like the last guy. I don't know any new ones now.
I don't know any new ones either. Lord of mercy. All right. I'm gonna move to Delani. Delani, unmute, sweetie. You ready?
Yes,
What's your question?
I'm a champion like you.
What do
What do you say?
I'm a champion like you.
That's not his question.
Right.
That's
That's
not
right.
his-
World champs.
Now he had sports day today, and he is champion, P2 champion boy of Paradise.
Oh, nice. Congratulations,
And
man.
he also has a question for you. What is your question?
How many times you lose and how many times you win?
Oh, as my
How many
boxing
fights you won and how many fights you lost, basically. That's what he's
Okay.
asking.
for my professional racket. right now,
Yes.
10 wins, 1 loss.
Who?
Yeah.
Look at Delana's face. Delana's like, what now?
Yeah.
And that's why you
Yeah.
notice he came on to show you he was a winner, right?
Yeah, my amateur career, I was 26-5.
Hey, that's not bad. That's good.
That's actually really good. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me mute. Sarika, can you mute so I can go to the next one? That was Delani, if you can mute yourself for me, because I can't find you back on the screen. Okay, perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna go to Amaya. Because I know Amaya's had a lot of questions in the chat. How you doing, Amaya?
Good. I was gonna ask, what is it like to be bound in Bermuda? Knowing that you have all these other like bound in people, like what is it good to be bound in as a boxer in Bermuda?
You could repeat it one more time. What does it feel like to be well known?
Yes, what does it feel like to be bound in Bermuda? Or to represent Bermuda?
It's a good feeling. It gives you a lot of pride, but it's also a lot of responsibility. So, you always got to make the right choices because, people are watching. So
It's a lot of, look, with great power comes great responsibility.
yes, and nobody's perfect, So, but
Okay,
it's a lot of work.
hold on. Let me move to, I think it's Zayden. Zayden, I'm unmuting you, sweetie.
What is your favorite restaurant? And are you fast?
What is
My
your favorite restaurant and are you fast? I love it. I love it.
favorite restaurant in Bermuda. That's a hard one. Huh? I love it. So, I would say probably I would say more for the atmosphere for me. It'll have to be Flanagan's because we guys go out there and watch a lot of fights up there, like big fight nights. So yeah, I'll say Flanagan's, the sports bar. Because we me and my team, we always go up there to watch like big fights and stuff. So
And I think he had a second question too.
am I
What was your
fast?
second question? Oh, is he fast?
Fast and like running? Or
Sorry, go ahead, unmute Zayed and you're fine.
Yes, and I wanted to say another question. What was your favorite sport? What is your favorite sports called?
okay.
So look, are you fast, Nikki? And what is your favorite sport?
I think I'm pretty fast in like long distance running. Sprinting, I'm pretty good too, but I would say my strength is long distance. I'm pretty fast in long distance. And then my favorite sport, I love boxing. I also like watching basketball as well. Sometimes I watch football here and there, but not just like how I used to.
Okay, hold on. Somebody said, "Oh, you're fast."
I'm also getting into like cycling too.
Ah.
I just started getting into it because I had an injury. So I do it to replace running.
Okay.
So I've been doing that and I've been enjoying it. And I've been enjoying like, the scenery and, just a different exercise routine for me, just from the normal running. Cause, I've been doing it for so long, like 40 miles and stuff, and it's wear and tear on the body. So for me able to do like cycling is good cardio for me.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I got the suit, the helmet, the shoes. So that's fun for me. At first when I got the shoes and like doing the cool clipping into the paddles, it was kind of like hard for me. But then I got the hang of it now. So I enjoy that.
I think it's scary. I don't want to be clipped in.
Yeah.
So I see that Damari has a question. Hold on 1 second. Let me have Damari open. Go ahead, Damari.
What is your best skill for fighting, and why do you want to use it that much?
My best skill is I'm a thinker. Yeah, I can outsmart my opponent
All
when I'm in
right.
the ring. Because I'm a very small guy. So a lot of times the guys that I fight are bigger than me. And I have to adapt and learn how to beat them with other skills and attributes. So I could think. I'm a good thinker. I could, do something and make you think I'm gonna do something else, or I could move, you know what I'm saying? Fakes.
You psycho mode.
Yeah, I'm very good at outthinking my opponent.
And he
All
wants to
right.
know, do you still eat Cheetos?
Oh yes.
Hi, Nikki.
What's up?
All I heard
Hot
was
Cheetos. Hot Cheetos.
I was wondering
Oh,
why
you
somebody.
graduated.
Yes.
Can I tell you? I kept seeing that in the chat, and I'm like, is somebody playing around? Does he
Yeah,
like
he does,
Cheetos?
he
I'm like,
do.
does he do eat Cheetos? I'm like, why
Hot
does somebody
Cheetos.
keep sending this?
Right.
So what? That's been like a favorite thing from when you were younger or something?
No. She's teasing me because I went to the store and brought some Cheetos, and she's like, "Ain't getting ready for a fight." But there was like
Oh.
months.
Yes,
This is like months. This was like months before. Like months before my fight. I'm like, look, I'm not even in training camp yet. I'm good.
I was teased though. I said, so I call them Cheetos when I see them.
Because like with reference to eating though, like, do you have to eat a certain way to prepare?
Yes, in camp. Yeah, definitely. I'm strict. Everybody's on me.
Why?
I'm on myself. Like I don't cut corners in camp, and my body shows I'll be ripped. So, but like in my off season, it just wants to happen a balance. I enjoy ice cream. I enjoy other things as well. So
Oh, I love ice cream. Sorry.
yeah, but I work out a lot too. So
I know a lot.
I could have a little cheat day. Like I'll burn it off.
So someone just asked, why do you like boxing? Like,
Um,
I mean, because for me, I like watching boxing, but I couldn't imagine,
I would
I just
say
think I get worried about getting hit. That's probably all I think about. Is like, I'm gonna get hit.
I would say a few reasons why I love it. For me, it's empowered me as a person and somebody in society. I would say that. It's also a beautiful feeling, getting your hand raised after going through like the hard training and stuff. It makes it, worth it.
Wow.
And yeah, it's like it's just done a lot for me outside of the ring, like, in my life. So it gave me different opportunities and stuff. So
One of our littles had put in here, I feel like boxing helps with stress. That's what they said. So I think they like that part too.
yes, exercise and period.
Yeah.
Even like I like running and cycling now, and that gets my mind off of things. Even when I'm thinking about something after my ride, I'm like refreshed. So
Wow. So I see Kayla's got her hand up again. So Kayla, I'm muting you, Kayla, so you can ask your question, sweetie. We can't really hear you, sweetie. You're gonna have to come close in. Can you hear her?
tacos. Do I like tacos? I can.
Yeah, she's saying yes, tacos.
Yeah, I love tacos. I love food.
This is what I was about to say. My boy said he liked food.
Yeah.
So someone sent me an inbox, okay? And it says, how did you deal with the up and down changes due to the pandemic? Or did it not affect you?
Yeah, it affected me in a sense because of the long layoff, the ring rust.
Yeah.
So I had my first fight in January since the pandemic. So
Wow.
that's 2 years. So now it's just like building back that momentum, but it's also a positive in it because I was able to do a lot of things in my community and work, and it gave me a little rest from my
Right.
body, and
Right.
I got to spend more time with my family and give back, and far as like with the gym and the community garden and stuff and work. So that's been a little different journey too, meeting with people and stuff like that. So
Because I looked on your website and it says 90% boxer, 88% athlete, 25% mentor, 10% entrepreneur. And it talks about the amount of years you've been in all of this, and you mentor, and you're also an entrepreneur. So you have your own business.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Did you ever think you would be living this life?
In a sense, I couldn't really do like sitting behind a desk and all that, or working,
Yeah.
because I'm very like how can I say it? I can't keep still, so I'm always on the move. I'm a mover. I'm a mover and shaker. So I'm always gotta be moving. So for me, I always saw myself being that type of guy. I was selling. It's funny. I was selling T-shirts and stuff when I was young, like 16. So
Yeah.
I always saw like a future in it.
So I know that we're getting closer to 7:30. So I'm gonna ask, if you have other questions, children, make sure you put your hands up, because we have like about 4 more minutes with Mr. Bascome, all right? And I see Elijah has his hand up, so I'm gonna let Elijah be unmuted. Elijah, you're unmuted, sweetie. Elijah, you can unmute yourself, sweetie. There you go. Max or Elijah. I don't know if he can hear me. Okay, I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, so if not, I'm gonna go to.
Got my question.
Oh, you forgot your question? Oh, he forgot his question. That's okay. When you remember your question, come back on, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go to Curly. Curly, I've unmuted you, sweetie. Go ahead, Curly. Okay, I can't hear you, sweetie. I still can't hear you, Curly. I don't know what's happening here. Try one more time, and then otherwise I'll come back to you, okay? Okay, Curly, try to do something. I'm gonna go to someone else because I can't hear you, and then I'll come back to you, okay? Okay, Elijah, you said you remember, I don't know if it's Max or Elijah. I'm unmuting you now.
If a sport wasn't boxing, which sport would you choose?
Probably running. From all the boxing, that's all you pretty much do is run. So I'm pretty good runner. So
you put me in the ring, that's all I'm gonna do is run.
yeah, I'll probably say like a long distance runner. But like I said, now I'm getting into the cycling thing. I don't know, I might compete one day.
Really? So you can see yourself doing that competitive?
Yeah. My dad was actually a motocross rider. He was really good at motocross.
Wow.
Like riding than me.
All right, I'm gonna go to Zanaya's Zoom. There you go.
Hello. I'm a very fast runner, and I'm a very good boxer.
Okay. What's your name? I can't.
My name's Zion, and I like fighting, and I'm also competitive too.
That's good, man. But as long as you're fighting in the ring and not fighting outside the ring, that's important.
This is it.
Yeah.
Okay, Curly is saying that his mic is not working. So Curly, if you want to type your question, I can ask your question for you, okay? So just type it in and then I'll ask for you. All right, Madden, you want to ask another question, sweetie? Go ahead. Hold
Where
on.
was the best place you went for a boxing match in the world?
I enjoyed Trinidad. I think that was probably one of my first international fights. I remember staying at the place where they had all the fighters, and they had this big mango tree. And this was my first time seeing like the these sweet Haitian mangoes, like an actual tree. And the whole tree was like full of them, and they were just dropping on the ground. I was like, this is like serious paradise. Like, and just, I really enjoyed Trinidad, the scenery and stuff. It was beautiful.
Wow.
And, yeah, I won a bronze medal when I was out there. So it was a good experience. And my girlfriend, dad's from Trinidad, so I'm probably gonna go back. I'll be like, I remember that place.
So I see Curly's question here, and it's a question that was asked earlier, but I don't think he was on. So I'm gonna still ask it. He said, how did people react when you said, I want to do boxing?
Like I said, most people was like, yeah, you're serious? Like, they were supportive. And then, you have to just show them, just stick to it, just show them that you're serious. And then like afterwards, they're like, whoa, like they can't believe it. Like, it is what it is. It's who I am.
So is it anybody that like made back in the day was like, you want to be a boxer? Ha ha ha. Like somebody that kind of was dissing you a bit at first, and then now they see you and they're like, yeah, man. Like, have you experienced any of that?
Yeah.
Like, now they help
Probably
you.
probably like, people my age, but like I said, after a while, they don't even really matter, I still have like people that doubt me, so it is what it is. You learn to like block them out.
So someone just asked, when is your next fight and where, or is it anything in the mix yet?
Yeah, my next fight is supposed to be May 28th. So the May 24th weekend.
Oh, wow.
I'm going away to Las Vegas for training camp after Good Friday. So I'll be out there training for it.
Also, how does your family, like your girlfriend, feel like when you're boxing? Does she like feel comfortable with you boxing, or does she get a little nervous, or?
Yeah, she does, but she's supportive and she's competitive too. So sometimes I'm like, you're too competitive. Like, be quiet. Like,
is she right there?
Yeah, she's here. I'm like, be quiet, man. Oh Lord, like, relax. Like, what? She's competitive like me. So.
Well, I've seen her, and she's one of your biggest supporters. She is, if not your biggest supporter. But one of the questions that someone had put that direct message at me, they wanted to know, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I'll be retired from boxing in 5 years. Definitely like giving back to the kids with my boxing gym and stuff. Yeah, so I'll be retired too.
So we might have to link up for our BBBS, because we definitely have some young people that are interested in boxing and would love to, be able to learn more about it through you and the at the gym.
Yeah.
So we would definitely be interested in that. So listen, guys, I'm looking at the time and I'm being very cognizant. Now I see 3 hands up, but I don't know if there's 3 people who have their hands up for questions. Do you guys have your hands up for questions? Elijah, are you trying to ask a question, Max and Elijah and Zayden? Because we're just going to do 2 more questions, okay? Okay, maybe 3. It's up to you, Nikki. Do you mind answering 3 more?
Yeah, 3 is cool.
Okay, cool. So I'm got Zanai. I'm not sure. Zayden, you have a question? Let me unmute you. Okay. I'm unmuting you, Zayden. Go ahead, sweetie.
Um, have you have you ever been late to a boxing match?
Have I been late to? I'm trying to think. No.
Or
Sorry, go ahead, Zayden. I'm unmuting you again. Sorry, sweetie.
or have you been too early and no one was there yet?
What? There's like any stands, man?
No. I'm talking about like everybody else, the people that are gonna box.
Did you leave?
So I guess he's probably asking, like, have you ever gone and been late, or going and maybe not having people there?
Oh no, I'm never went to a fight late. On time, and yeah. But as far as like, has anybody left? Not that I know of. If they did, it was probably late when I came on. But
You know, our children ask all types of questions.
yeah,
But
hey,
Nikki-
I'll keep it real.
So for you, what was your biggest accomplishment?
That's pretty hard. I got a few big accomplishments. For me, it won't even really be boxing per se. I would say, you know, being able to run my own boxing gym now is a big accomplishment for me.
Awesome.
Just giving back, you know, people, you know, feeding off my energy and, you know, things I'm doing, and you know, people that never really exercise or loving exercise now, you know, that's a big accomplishment for me, because
It is.
it's something that you could hold on forever, you know, just like little things like that, because it done a lot for me when I first learned how to box and stuff, and you know, being able to pass that on to other people, that's a big accomplishment for me. So.
And someone just asked, where exactly is your gym?
Is at T and Tatum in work, down by the tennis court.
And what is it called?
I'm gonna name it Fresh and Hungry Boxing Club. I haven't finalized it yet. At first
Okay.
it was MB Boxing Club, but I'm gonna probably end up calling it Fresh and Hungry Boxing Club.
Okay. Wow, Nikki, this has been absolutely amazing. And before we go, I'm going to take a quick picture. I'm going to take 2 pictures because these are for our records. I need the children to turn on their cameras. A lot of them have turned off their cameras. I see Elijah, Zayden. If you can turn, because I'm going to do one picture that just shows you, and then I'm going to change the view to where I can see everyone. Well,
Okay.
Sarika, if you can take one with everybody. Okay, so Sarika's going to take a picture with everybody, and I'm going to take a picture that just shows us, okay? So Zayden, I don't know if you can be seeing, guys. We need to have everybody in this. Ready? What'd you say? Kayla? Everybody. You ready, guys? 1, 2, 3, smile. And one for good luck. All right. Well, Nikki, on behalf of Big Brothers Big Sisters and everybody that's on this Zoom today, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking out the time. Thank you for being here. And we truly appreciate you. And trust me, this is not going to be the last time that we're going to be trying to do something with you, because we admire what you're doing. And we know that you are a great example for our young people about facing adversity and facing trials in life and really just turning your life around to do something that's positive. And now you're not only are you a boxing champion, you're also giving back to your community, which is really, really important. So
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Can we give him a round of applause by just doing the reactions, like give him a heart or give him some, you know how you can do it on the, how do we do it? Can you see mine?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And, you know, to your family, thank you for having us. Look, everybody's just giving you loves, thumbs up, hearts. I'm seeing all of it. So, Nikki, thank you so much. And we appreciate you. Did you all enjoy it? Yes. And And Nikki, you actually can talk. I'm just teasing.
Yeah. I'm very reserved, but
No,
once you
you're
get
not.
in
You're
there,
you're really good.
yeah.
So thank you, thank you, thank you. So everybody have a great evening. And Nikki, we'll see you again real soon. Have a
Yeah.
great one.
All right, you too.
Look,
Thanks.
everybody's like, yeah.
See you later, guys.
Take care, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you so much, Nikki.
All right, no worries. Bye.
All right, BBBS family, thank you for tuning in. And that's a wrap. Bye, guys.